I say unto you, welcome. Welcome back, everyone. My name is Nicholas Rice, and this is a story and a journey of a new actor in the entertainment industry. First of all, if you don't want to miss an episode, make sure you click the subscribe button and also click the bell so you don't miss anything. Make sure you click the thumbs up and comment below if you have any questions. Okay, here we go. Cowboys Statdium. First of all, I want to say it was completely epic that I was able to be in a commercial that not only was about the Cowboys, but it was at the Cowboys Statdium, the brand new Cowboys Statdium. You may think it was something like a tailgating scene at the Cowboys Statdium, and guess what? You would be right. But that wasn't the only scene that they shot. So let's get into it and see where we're at. We shot a total of 4 different scenes that I was a part of. The first scene was the tailgating scene. They told us to play around, dance around, take selfies with each other, play a little cornhole because that was next to the tents. Basically act like we were having a good time before the game. I'm gonna be completely honest. It was a little awkward because it was my first experience in the entertainment industry as being on a commercial, and also I didn't know anyone. So I had to act like I knew everyone because we were at a party. So you can understand that a new actor in the entertainment industry with his first role as an extra on the Cowboys Miller Lite commercial, it was a little awkward. So about an hour into the commercial, I met this woman named Christa Watson, and I'll put her social media tags up. She's amazing. She's actually been in the entertainment industry for a while now. If you want to see her, she was an extra on National Treasure 2. She was the girl in the red dress whenever the president, or whenever they were running the president out of the ballroom. She was amazing. I couldn't really depict where she was exactly from because she sounded like she was from somewhere in Texas, and then she also sounded like she was from another country. I asked her, where are you from? She simply said, I'm from Athens, Texas. And I was like, okay, why do you sound like you're from Australia? She's like, oh, I was a missionary in Australia for 5 years. I've never met anybody with 2 different accents, go in and go out whenever you're talking to her, but it was super cool. The great thing is, since she's been in the entertainment industry for a while, she recognized that I was a newbie, which was awesome. She came alongside me, she pulled me in, she's like, Nick, we're gonna act like a couple for the day. You're gonna be my boyfriend, I'm gonna be your girlfriend. And I said, okay. So because she decided to name me as her boyfriend, they literally ushered us around as a couple. So if we went to another scene, they recognized us as a couple and they said, okay, stand in this spot, walk in this way. The cool thing about it, Christa was already experienced in everything entertainment industry wise. If I was walking too fast, she would hold me back. She's like, no, you need to slow down because you don't have to rush into the stadium in this scene. They're actually doing a walking in scene. Thank you, Christa, for all of your help. It was an amazing experience. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you, so I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. So on to scene number 2. When we were not necessarily in the stadium, we were outside of the stadium, but in the gate. In this pavilion that was a viewing pavilion where you could, grab your drink, sit at a tall table, watch the game on the viewing screens, and have a good time. It was outside, it was a beautiful day. So they sat us down, we sat there, and then they had 2 other people come up. As they were walking up, they said, act natural, act like you're having a good time. These 2 people came up, it was an older lady and a younger gentleman, and they came up, we started having a conversation. What I didn't realize is that the male that was coming up behind me and he started acting like my best friend, he was actually a featured role, which means he was a main role in the commercial. And I didn't know that. I was unaware of his role. So as he came up, the cameras followed. So they came up, we were clanking our beer bottles together, not drinking them by the way, because they gave us strict rules saying do not, absolutely by any means, open these beers and absolutely do not drink them. And I was like, you will have no issue with this guy drinking a beer. So while we were having a good time talking, clanking our bottles together, the cameras were right up in our faces, which was surreal. I didn't understand what it meant to be in front of the camera. So Christa was there to help me. All I did was smile big and clank my bottles together with the other the people. It was a great experience, and it was an extreme adrenaline rush. If you're not an actor now or an actress, I highly recommend it if you love to perform. So on to the next scene. The next scene was in the Cowboys Stadium. So they cut all camera feeds, and instead of recording us walking into the stadium, they just cut. We started walking in. We all walked in a group. It literally took us about 10 minutes to get where we were going because we had to go up, down, in, and out. The stadium was huge. We finally got to the stands where we were viewing the field, and oh my goodness, the Jumbotron was massive. We were all sitting there. It was just like this little section of us acting. It was about 400 people in this massive stadium, and we were portraying like we were at a game, watching it as they score. Me and Christa were ushered as a couple. We went into the stadium. We sat next to each other. They kind of ushered us around in different spots. They brought some of us down to the front. Some of us stayed in the back. The scene where they brought us to the back, that's where they got my chest. If I can find the footage, I'll put it on here so you can see, and I'll circle my chest if you want to see that. It was absolutely amazing. Christa was so cool because she told me, like, I was getting there and my voice was getting tired because we're literally cheering on like we're at a game. Yeah, go, touchdown. And then my voice was getting sore. And so she's like, Nick, don't sit there and yell your heart out. Act like you're yelling your heart out and just don't yell. And I was like, wow, that's some good advice. So I started doing that. And don't get me wrong, I was exhausted. We're probably about 4 hours into a 6-hour shoot day, and I was just physically and mentally exhausted. I loved every minute of it. On to the next scene. The next scene was inside the actual Cowboys Stadium. Not the stands, but inside. It was this immaculately amazing bar with dozens of viewing screens. There were some projectors, there were TVs. They spread us all out and they kind of got a side angle view so they could see a lot of people. And we would be viewing the screens, and there was football games going on the screens. But it was footage of old games. And they gave us an empty beer can to hold. They would say stuff like, just lost the ball on 4th and 10. We'd be like, oh, are you serious? So we'd have to act out our dismay. They would say a different scene like, hey, it's 3rd and goal and we just scored a touchdown. Yes! So we would have to act like we were excited for what was going on. We'd throw our hands up in triumph like we were watching the game. And as the day came to an end, it was about 1 o'clock. So we shot from about 6 in the morning to 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then they decided to break for the day. All that being said, all those scenes took place. 1 o'clock happened, they released us, and I was able to get back to my car and kind of give an update and upload that to YouTube. And then it was time to take a nap, which I needed to do because I was truly exhausted. But I was able to get done with that, head to the gym, get my daily workout in, and then head home. And that was a wrap. That was the end of the day. It was an absolute amazing experience, and I wouldn't have traded it for the world. Yes, I have never drank any kind of alcoholic drink before, but that doesn't mean I can't act like I am. By the way, at the beginning of the video, I referenced a movie. If you could, leave down in the comments below what movie I was referencing. It is a movie in a trilogy, and also it includes a saga, so there's more than 3 movies. If you can recognize that movie, please leave it in the comments below. If that's something that you guys like, I'll continue to do movie references at the beginning of the videos, and then I'll get into the experience or the techniques that I'm going through. Being an actor, you have to be what we call a chameleon, which is so cool because I'm experiencing so many new things that I didn't think I would be able to experience. So please guys, share this with your friends, like it, subscribe to it, and I hope to see you guys next time. See ya!